And now, from Glasgow.
So hello, welcome to stage 36. Yes, the centre of the forearm. Sorry, I got a little bit confused. You'll notice I didn't show the magazine on the intro. Where I've been rearranging my desk and tidying up, it seems to have disappeared. It's somewhere. But one good thing about Fanhome is that you can download all of their assembly guides by going into my area on Fanhome. So all I've done is I've downloaded it. I'm not the biggest fan of PDF files for instructions, but it's really come to save the day at the moment. But I have noticed on the PDF version it does say issue 36, but when you actually get to the instructions, they have the title on the top of the page, and it says Assembly Guide 35, which is why I got slightly confusing. But it is definitely the centre of the forearm. So let's have a little look. And I do apologise, you have already have seen Spirit in the shot. I've just fed her breakfast, and she does actually really appreciate when I feed her. She comes up to me purring and rubbing, and you know, it's one of those opportunities that you really don't want to let that one go, because Shadow was very much a purry and grateful cat, and as he's got a bit older he's just a little bit more, I'm expecting that. So there you go. I do love Shadow, but he has his ways. So the pieces we get today is A58, and that's definitely metal. And then we get 5 screws, of which we only need 3. So even though we've got 2 left over from the previous issue, we will need to open this pack. So I'm going to do that now. And we know from past experience that this is metal screws. So I have my 3-in-1, 5-in-1, 7, well, I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's something in one oil. And here comes Spirit. So the instructions for this issue, pretty much what we've been doing all the while. We take this piece, we add a little bit to it. So this is what we've done from the previous issue, and we are looking for, sorry, bear with me a sec. So my apologies for that, we had a little accident in the house. Shadow really loves my lodger, really does like him, and when he can hear him getting up, he'll stand by his bedroom door, and then my lodger is quite a large chap, he's very focused on one thing, and he's obviously getting ready for work. He comes stepping out of the room, doesn't spot Shadow waiting for him by the door, and ends up standing on his tail. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, that's Shadow's fault. If he didn't get in the way, then yeah. Right, so I was sort of having a little look as I was doing this. What we've got is, we've got the piece from last week, we've got 3 screw holes there, 1, 2, 3, and we've got 3 screw holes there. So ever so simple, that's going in like that, and then we'll turn that over. That's probably not going to stay put until we've got a screw in. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our screwdriver, little bit of oil because it is going into metal. Just one tiny drop. Let me see if I can get a close-up of that. That's actually too much oil, but because I've got it right on the edge, right on the end, it's not gonna affect anything. And we'll just pop that one in. Now, last time I did the middle screw first, and I think that worked out very well for me. So I'm going to drive that screw in as best I can. Remember that these are taken about 1,000,001 turns. It'd be interesting to know if I had a fully charged wow stick, if that would work. That's not fully in, but that's in fairly well, and we know that that screw is probably going to loosen. This is the thing with these. You'll pop the screw in, and this tends to be with larger metal parts. You pop the first screw in and it goes in really, really tight, and you're really, really happy. That's gone in at an angle. Or has it? No, it's not gone in at an angle. That's quite deceptive. So you put the first screw in and it goes in really, really tight, and you think that's really good. And then as you put the second screw in, it kind of pulls the part into shape. The part might just be 1 millimeter out of shape, nothing major. And then as you pop that screw in, it pulls it into shape, and then you find your first screw hasn't actually gone in enough. So do go back and check the screws. So that's the second screw in. So we check that first one, and yeah, look, can you see I've got tons more to do on that second screw, first screw. And the first screw in, second screw, sorry, I'm losing track of which screws I've done. And then we'll just go back. There you go, I'm happy with that. And I'm led to believe that by using this oil, it actually helps keep the screw in. Because once that oil kind of settles down, it kind of helps. It's got like a stickiness to it. I don't know if that's true. But yeah. Right, so that's that issue done, guys. So I'm trying to figure out which way round this goes. So that is going to be something like that. And that looks absolutely ridiculous on my not large hands. But look, you can see kind of the principle. I think in relation to Thanos, I think this glove would come down to about there, which is a good, if you imagine sort of a motorbike glove, where you have the fingers, the hand, and then you have this little bit that comes down about halfway up the arm. I think that's kind of what we're looking at. Right, guys, so that is it. I have nothing to tell you more about this, because this is the end of the pack. This is stage 36. I don't even know what's coming in the next pack. I'm assuming we're getting 5 issues, because that's the way it seems to go. But I will have to do one stage per video. But that's what we've got so far. Really, really happy. That's 3 stages. So that's actually a pretty good issue, isn't it? I'm guessing the next 2 stages will be these 2, but on this side. So maybe expect another issue with no building. And then maybe, I don't know, it says the center of the forearm. So maybe we'll only build about half of it. And the big question I've got for you guys, do you think there's going to be any kind of structure inside the glove so that we could actually put the glove on? I can't remember which way round. I think it goes that way, doesn't it? Because that would be nice, wouldn't it? So maybe even if there was just a little handle inside, so we can hold it like as though we were holding a shield, but obviously instead of a shield it's a glove. So maybe if there's some workings there to put your hand in, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? But look, you know me, guys. I have no official knowledge of any of these part works. Anything I say is just speculation. But one thing I do want to do, I've noticed that there's 3 screw holes there, but that doesn't seem to. Yes, it does. There we go. I think that lines up. No, I'm not sure. No, I don't think that is right. Oh, yes, it does line up. There we go. So that's a rough mock-up, perhaps. I might have got that totally wrong. I might have just put the top on the bottom. But yeah, guys, that's my gauntlet so far. I hope you've enjoyed it at least half as much as I have. Yeah, really happy with that. So take care guys, I'll catch you in the next issue. Bye bye.